Hello, welcome. Let's start lying down today. Soles of the feet will come onto the mat, out nice and wide. You'll knock both knees together to touch. Bring both hands onto the low belly. Settle the eyes closed if that feels okay for you. Take a deep inhale through the nose all the way to fill. Open the mouth, exhale all the way to empty. Take an inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a couple more rounds of this breath just on your own. Breathing in for 4 and breathing out for 4. Starting to make the inhales and the exhales even, and starting to make the breath smooth and steady. The next time you exhale, you can simply let that breath count go, allowing the breath just to return back to a natural, normal state. From here, slightly separate the knees and walk the feet in so they're about hips distance apart. You're going to draw the right knee in towards the chest, bringing the hands onto that right shin, taking a moment just to feel that right hip and that right hip crease. Extend the right leg up to the ceiling. Walk your hands behind that right leg. They'll either come onto the hamstring, or they might be able to come all the way up to the calf or the ankle. Staying here for another 3, another 2, and another 1. Bend the right knee, bring the sole of the right foot back down into the mat, and then draw the left knee into the chest. Again, just taking a moment here, really feeling that fold in the left hip. And then go ahead and extend that left leg up to the ceiling. Maybe walk the hands onto the hamstring or all the way up onto the calf or the ankle. Easy stretch here for 3, for 2, and for 1. Bend the left knee, bring the sole of the left foot back down into the floor. And then from here, extend the legs long out in front of you. Extend the arms over the crown of the head. Take a really big stretch, reaching through the fingers and the toes, growing long. One more inhale, and then on the exhale, just allow your whole body to soften down into the floor. Gently roll yourself over onto one side. Use your hands and press yourself up. We will meet in a tabletop, so come right onto hands and knees, shoulders over wrist, hips over the knees there. All 10 fingers are pointing forward. Spreading out through the fingers just enough so you can really plug down through the knuckles, especially where the thumb and the index finger meet. We'll take it through a few cycles of cow and cat. So breathe in, pull the chest forward, sink the belly down, feel this beautiful arch of the spine. And then breathe out, round the spine, scoop the navel in and up. Bring your gaze in between your knees. Again, like that, inhaling for a cow pose, head and tail arcing up towards the ceiling. And exhaling for a cat pose, head and tail are peeking down towards the ground. One more cycle of breath and of cow and cat, just like this. Inhaling and exhaling. From here, you can either keep going with this classic cat-cow movement, or you can begin to find a little movement on your own. Maybe some circles or some spirals with the hips and the spine. Maybe you circle the head and the neck a little bit. Freeing yourself up. Allowing yourself to luxuriate in whatever you're doing. Finding a bit of pleasure. We'll keep going with this just for another 3, another 2, and another 1. Bring the spine to neutral, head in line with tail. We'll tuck the toes under and start to come back to a downward facing dog. You may need to adjust your stance so it's ever so slightly longer. Lift up the heels super high so you rise up onto the tiptoes. Take an inhale. On the exhale, melt the right heel towards the ground, allowing that left knee to generously bend. Breathe in, lift both heels up high, lengthen the legs. Breathe out, left heel melts down. Take a big bend of the right knee. We'll take that one more time each side. Inhale, both heels rise. Exhale, right heel sinks down, bend the left knee. Breathe in, lift up onto the tiptoes. Breathe out, left heel melts down. Inhale, both heels lift up. Find a bit of levity in the pelvis. Keep that levity. Exhale, allow the heels to melt down towards the floor. Soften the knees, spread wide through the buttock bones. Begin to walk the feet forward all the way up to the hands, so you come to fold over both legs at the top edge of the mat. Take your time getting there, just stepping one foot in front of the other. And once you do come to fold over the legs, bend the knees enough so that the belly comes into contact with the thighs. Really let the head and the neck go. Maybe you even give the head a shake no or a nod yes. Keep the knees bent as you roll yourself all the way on up to stand, one vertebra at a time. When you get to the top, breathe in, reach the arms out and up. As you breathe out, keep a long spine, fold all the way over the legs, taking a little bend of the knees so you can really hinge from the hip forward. Round, roll yourself all the way on up to stand, same as before. On the inhale, reach the arms out and up. On the exhale, big swan dive all the way over the legs to fold. Last round like that. Round, roll yourself all the way on up to stand, 2 feet plugging down. Breathe in, sweep the arms out and up to rise. Breathe out to fold all the way over the legs. Let the head go. A little different this time. Start to lengthen your spine like you were coming up halfway. And then keep going with this long spine as you hinge yourself all the way on up. Take an inhale. Exhale to bend the knees, release the chin down to the chest, and roll yourself all the way down over the legs. So just reversing that movement. We'll take that 2 more times. Breathe in, look forward, keep a long spine, hinge yourself up to stand, sweep the arms up. Breathe out, release the chin down towards the chest. Soften the arms and the knees and roll yourself down. Last one, inhaling. And exhaling, soften into yourself. Once you're folded back over the legs, bend the knees enough so you can plant the palms down onto the mat, and we'll step back to a plank pose. Just one foot and then the other. Take a big breath in here. On the breath out, tap the knees down to the mat, lower yourself all the way down onto your belly. You're going to temp the fingertips out wide and slightly forward. As you breathe in, press the ground away with the fingertips to snake the spine up and open. As you breathe out, release the spine and the chest back down. 2 more times like that. Inhale to glide up and open. And exhale to release down. Last one. Inhale, glide up and open. Maybe come up ever so slightly higher. Option to open the mouth and exhale. And roll yourself down. But bring the palms flat next to the ribs. Shift back to a child's pose. Separate the knees out a little bit wider. Big toes together to touch, melting the hips towards the heels. From here, lengthen for the arms, rise up onto the fingertips, and then start to peek forward. So you begin to lengthen through your spine a bit more. You feel the sensation of yearning the heart towards the top edge of the mat. Collarbones out wide, elbows pulling away from one another. Try to stay long with the spine. Just walk the arms over to the right. Sending your breath now into your left side body. Walk yourself back through the center. We'll just switch sides, walking the arms over to the left, breathing into the right side body. Try to stay with your vision forward here. Try to stay light on the fingertips, light in the arms. Walk yourself back forward, reaching towards the top edge of the mat, but at the same time, keep your seat reaching towards the heels and towards the back edge of the mat. Take one more breath in. As you breathe out, soften the palms, the forearms, the elbows, the forehead, back down into the floor. Taking a big inhale here. Staying here for the exhale. Come up onto hands and knees just as a transition, and then tuck the toes and find a downward facing dog. 2 hands, 2 feet, a long spine. Heels yearning towards the floor, but knowing that the goal is not to bring the heels all the way down to the floor. Knowing that the knees don't have to straighten out all the way. In fact, I recommend keeping a secret bend in them. Peek forward with the gaze, take an inhale. On the exhale, lunge the right foot forward. Release the left knee down to the mat, untuck those left toes. From here, start to walk the hands up that right thigh, unfolding the upper body. Drape the shoulders down. Use your hands here just to encourage that right knee to stay traveling forward so it stays over the right ankle. You can either stay here or you can sweep the arms up overhead. We have one more inhale. On the exhale, bring the hands down to the mat, tuck the back toes under, and come back to a downward facing dog. We'll just take that on the other side. So look forward, take an inhale. On the exhale, lunge the left foot forward. So you really use your vision to help you get that full lunge. Release the right knee down, untuck those right toes. We'll start just by walking the hands up that left thigh, unfolding through that right hip. Either keep the hands where they are, or sweep the arms up overhead for one more inhale. Exhale to bring the hands down into the mat, tuck the back toes under, and step back, downward facing dog. Look forward with the gaze, take an inhale. Exhale, lunge the right foot forward, release the left knee down, untuck those left toes. Breathe in, right away, reach the arms up overhead. Breathe out, bring the hands down, and we'll meet back in a downward facing dog. Look forward, take an inhale. Exhale, left foot lunges forward, right knee comes down, untuck those right toes. Breathe in, arms will reach up, Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge. Breathe out to bring the hands down and step back to a dog pose. And shift it forward to a plank pose. Shoulders over wrist, heels over balls of feet. We'll stay here for 3, for 2, and for 1. Bring the knees down onto the mat. All right, from here, if you have a blanket or a towel, go ahead and grab it. If you have a block or two, you can also grab that. You're gonna fold up your blanket or towel and come to sit right up on the lip of it. We'll bring the soles of the feet together with the knees out wide, finding Tarasana. So if you look in between your legs, you should see this beautiful diamond shape. You can take a block or maybe 2 blocks, set them up right at the back of the heels. And then from here, we're gonna fold right in between the legs there. And the block is for your head to come down onto, so you may need to adjust it to be higher or to be lower. Option to bring the backs of the hands onto the ground with the palms facing up, fingers curling in. A gesture of letting go, of surrendering. With that said, see if you can release any excess tension or any desire to exert any effort here. Allowing the spine to simply curve naturally. Allowing the breath to be what it is. Roll yourself all the way upright. And take your block, just set it off to the side for now. From here, you're going to draw the right heel in towards your groin and extend that left leg out to the side. You're going to keep a bend of that left knee. Just bring the left hand down onto the inside of the left leg, trying to find a little contact here of the left leg to the left arm. And from here, we'll sweep that right arm over the crown of the head. So finding this nice side bend. You can really use that contact there of the leg into the arm to roll open a bit more with the upper body. And as you reach towards the left, see if you can stay grounded down through that right sitting bone. This is a great stretch for the low back, for the kidneys. It's really, really great if you sit a lot throughout the day, if you do a lot of desk work. Okay, bring yourself all the way upright, and we will just switch sides. So left heel comes in towards the groin. You'll extend that right leg out, but keep a bend of the knee so that then you can find some contact of the right arm on the inside of the right leg. From there, sweep the left arm overhead, reaching towards the right this time, but staying grounded down through that left sitting bone. Rise all the way back up. From here, scoot yourself off of your blanket, and you're going to come to roll down onto your back. You'll scoot your hips over to the right side, and then from there, drop both knees in towards the chest, and then over to the left side. You'll roll open with that right arm, coming into a supine twist. Maybe even bringing the gaze over to the right. One more full cycle of breath here. Roll yourself back through center. We'll switch sides. So scoot the hips over to the left first, and then draw both knees in towards the chest, and then over to the right. You'll open up through the left arm. Perhaps bring the gaze over to the left. One more full cycle of breath. Roll yourself back to the center, soles of the feet onto the mat, knees facing up. From here, draw the right knee in towards the chest. Same as how we started here. Feeling that right hip crease. Extend that right leg up into the air, the sky, for a hamstring stretch. You might be able to walk the hands up that leg a bit higher. It might feel different this time than how we started. It also might not. We have another 3, another 2, another 1. Bend the right knee, step that right foot down. Left knee draws into the chest. Extend that left leg up. Walk the hands behind that left leg. Try to relax the shoulders down. 3, and 2, and 1. From here, bend the left knee, and then just bend the right knee. So you're drawing both knees in towards the chest, and find a little rock here from side to side. Extend both legs up into the sky. Know that the legs don't have to be straight. From here, just start to find a little shake with the legs, or like a little bounce. Like you were trying to shake water off of the legs, trying to get your legs dry. And as you take this shape, see if you can really find a release all the way from the hip joint. And then from that release of the hip joint, you can find more of a release in the knee joint. And then you can find even more of a release in the ankle joint. That's it. Letting the leg shake, 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 shake. Letting it go for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can stop the shake and just allow the legs to dangle up into the air for a few moments, feeling that reverberation. Bend the knees. Place the soles of the feet down onto the mat. You'll separate the feet out wide, knock the knees together, come to bring the hands onto the low belly. Settle the eyes closed, and we'll just end with a few cycles of breath here in constructive rest. You can either just allow the breath to be at its natural pace, or if you'd like, you can return to that 4-count inhale and 4-count exhale. Just a great breath for soothing the nervous system. You are welcome to stay here for however long you want or need. That is it from me today. Thank you so much for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you soon.